Yeah, g'day, and welcome to another video of the EV Esky conversion project with Maggie Machine. And here we are in the drawing program, and in this video we are going to get the battery box sorted, made and fit into the car as a bit of a trial run. This is the main aluminium box, which is going to house the battery modules, and will go in the back of the van, and it will actually create a false floor. The front of the box rests up against like a bit of a beam or something. That and these 4 bolts on each side, these are 4 10mm bolts, these go through and locate into some structure underneath the floor, and the beam in the front. The whole idea is that, according to the requirements, this box, because it's inside the car, has to withstand 25G in a forward motion, and I think, I don't know what it is on the sideways motion, but it's not nearly as much. But anyway, so that should do that. It should be way strong enough. It's made out of 5mm. The base and the flange is 5mm aluminium. The sides are 3mm. Just a couple of things about this box. The way that I have designed, it's all to be cut by the CNC machine, and then these edges here, these slot together so I can go along and weld those and make a good joint around all the connections. These holes I will explain later on what they're for, and then the battery groups of the Tesla modules will slot into the box there. So we'll go ahead and grab one of those. Okay, so this is the right hand group. This is the front of the box. This is the back. This okay, so along the side of the green is the battery modules, the Tesla battery modules. In the sides here, I've got 2, as you can see. Along the side of the module, there's these fiberglass rails that they were mounted in the Teslas, and I'm using them to mount. And the reason I make these plastic boxes is mainly to suspend them, the modules. So there's slots that they slot into, and then these cross pieces, this all screws together with 5mm countersunk machine screws. In the top of these cross members, there's some 16mm holes. They're for lifting eyes, so I can lift the whole modules into the box after. Down this end, there's some holes cut out here, because down this end of the modules, there's the water cooling pipes. I'm not going to use the water coolers. I've been advised I don't need them if I'm not supercharging and so on. But I'll leave them there in case it needs to happen in the future. Down this end, there's these big holes are just basically for all the wires to pass through, and in these slots I can put cable ties to tie it all up and so on. And then this is cut out so the buzz bar can pass through there. Okay, so that's that side one, and then I will add the middle one. This one's got a problem. I don't know what it is. Never mind. So the middle one's a little different. Just one module in the middle. There's 5 of these modules all up, which is about 110 volts. And then this tray here, which is going to house the BMS, the main BMS, and the satellite one there. These little slots are just for cable ties for cable management. Down this side, we're gonna break. Yeah, there's going to be a bus bar across from that bottom module on that side. Sorry, I'll zoom in a bit. On that side across this one, and then between this one and the next one over here, I'm going to get some big cables, some high voltage cables. They're going to run up here, one from that terminal, one from the terminal on the bottom of that set, up there and to this end here, where there is going to be this big isolating switch. This is a bit of an extra, and then you'll be able, this is going to be basically between the two front seats, so you've got to reach around and turn it off, which will be handy. And then this other hole over here, this is for the serial port for the USB, so that will connect to the BMS, so we can do some settings in that without breaking into the box. And then there's just that's that end. Sorry. There's holes in the top. Oh, I told you that. Righto. And then down this end, you can see plenty of room for cables to go through there and get secured. Down this end, there is a big hole here, and this is where the main, this is a plug that for the main, oh man, it's hard to undo if you walk it off. So this one is for the high voltage wires that go to the front of the car. So it's a big ass, and then that pulls it down. Cables are inside the box, connect onto those. And that means that you can disconnect the whole battery, both poles of the battery, isolate it without using any tools, which is a requirement as well. Okay, so that's those two. Let me spin it around a bit, and then we will slap in the last one. There's a problem again. Okay, and then as you can see, that's the same on the other side. The only other wire hole is this hole here. And this is where the CAN bus wires come in, and the positive and negative for the BMS. And that'll come, through there, tied on down there to the BMS. And then the only other thing is the lid. There's a big lid that goes on top, same stuff, the 10mm HDPE, and that will go to half. See how this flange is wider, so then the rest of the floor will come off there. So is that it? I think so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out one group of these pieces of plastic, and make sure that my drawing is correct before we go ahead, and I'll put that together, do some changes if I need it, all that sort of thing, and then go ahead and cut the rest and get the thing together and try it out in the car. So let's go ahead, cut the first module, and then, crack on. So these are the bits just back from the cutter. That's a bottom cross piece. There's top cross piece. We just need to tap that out, 12mm. And these are the end bits, polypropylene, 6mm. And then the sides. These are the sides here. I just need to clean up these edges, and all the holes I'll have to countersink them
for the screws. That's the side closest, the outside one with nothing there, and this is the inside one with the pieces cut out for the wires to go through, and the tie down points there for the wires. That's for the buzz bar that goes between that way. Yeah, so clean them up, countersunk the holes, tap some holes, and put it together and see if it was going to work. Right, that's that put together. Yeah, it turned out pretty good. Everything seems to fit in there nicely. I've put these two screws that way, screw down there, because this is threaded out, and then we've got 4 lifting points to lift the whole unit and put it into the easily and put it into the aluminium box. But yeah, now so we're going to flip it up on the side. I'll take this side off, and then we'll put the 2 battery modules in there, in those 2 slots, and then put the top back on, well, put the side back on, screw it all together, and then bish bash bosh, it should be good. Righto, we've got the Tesla battery module here, and in the end here there's the breakout board, which we have to swap with this board from EV West. Pretty simple task. We just got to pop out these pins, plastic pins, take it off, and then swap the plugs for this one, pop the pin back in. I think that's all it needs doing. So first of all, we'll turn it over and then take the cover off, and then go ahead and swap it. So let's do that now. So these are the aluminium parts for the box. They just come back from the cutters. These are the 3mm sides. Yeah, looks good. So I'm just going to go ahead, clean up the edges, and then start tacking it together. Just had a thought while I was cleaning that up. It's probably going to be easier if this is the bottom of the box. It'll be easier if I put this in the car now and drill the holes. Like get that set in the car. Well, it's just like this. It'll be a lot easier than when the whole box is put together and you know, trying to get down the side of it with a drill and so on. So I'm going to go ahead now, pop that in the car and drill the holes, locate it where it needs to be. Right, that's all welded up. Bloody good. Okay, so let's see. I had to weld along the bottom there from the outside. Those cutouts underneath. I didn't cut the tabs long enough to be quite so deep to fillet weld them, but that's okay. I just welded on the outside there. The rest of it's all come up pretty good. So now just gonna finish off this box by tapping out the 5mm holes for the lid and the piece of flooring or whatever that comes out there, and then tap out for the lifting points, and then that's about it. Yeah, so let's go ahead and tap these holes. Righto, that's the aluminium box all done. So Now I'm going to put the two modules, the double set of modules that I made before, into the aluminium box, and then I'm going to go and assemble the other groups of modules and then put them in the box. I just want to get them all in there. Probably won't wire them up just yet, make sure everything fits into the box. And then I may pull them out just to put the box into the car to make the wires. Do the big high voltage wires under the car, do those tubes, that's kind of next. But anyway, getting ahead of myself, let's just get these modules together and in the box, see how it goes. Right, the middle one is slightly different. There's only one module, and then this is like a shelf on top of it. And this is where we keep the BMS, the master, the master and the satellite. I'm just going to screw them on there, and then all these little holes are for cable ties to cable tie all the wires in there. So do that first and then put this single module together, and then that can go into the aluminium box. Okay, that's the last one in there, and it all fits really well. So I've got to lift it up and put it on the bench. I'm going to put those, the switch and the coupler onto it, just to make sure that all fits, but everything's looking really good. And as soon as I've got to lift it, I'm going to weigh it at the same time, just see what we're up for. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so that's swinging now. I just put the lid on, I haven't screwed it on, just slapped it there to get good weight, and it is 186 kilograms, which is quite good. It gets me, I was a bit lighter than I thought actually, but that's great. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave that one there. We've got to a good place really with this thing. It all fits pretty good. I just need to make a link between two of the main terminals here. I've tried the fit of these to the connector here and the big switch at that end. That's all good. That's going to work. Yeah, not much more I can say about this. It's all gone pretty well. So now I'm going to take these modules back out. So then it's easy enough for me to put this box in the car just to get a position to run the main wires up and round to the engine bay. So that'll be the next one. So hope you enjoyed this one. This has been a big step forward for the EV Esky. Come back again, leave a comment. I'll answer both of your comments. Apart from that, I'll see you on the next one.